Welcome to 3D Experience Integration across enterprise systems. My name is Brian Schouten. I'm the Director of Technical Presales for PROSTEP Inc. And this is the fourth part in a four-part series about 3DX integration with other systems across your product lifecycle. Our 3D Experience Integration series is split up into four different parts. In the first part, we looked at digital enterprise vision and overall integration strategies you can use in order to get your digital enterprise integrated. In the second part, we talked about integration planning and then did some technical introduction to OpenPDM. In the third part, we did some OpenPDM technical deep dive and then also showcased some integration demos and use cases. And then now in this part, the fourth part, we're going to take a look at some integration success stories along with use cases surrounding that, and then also some next steps. Something that differentiates OpenPDM from other integration platforms is that it's solely defined and really refined around the product lifecycle management itself. And it's designed not just for PLM systems, but for all the systems that support those processes, starting at MBSE and requirements, design, PLM systems themselves, change management, configuration management, MES, ERP, and service type platforms as well. So carrying that data through the process. And then also the processes, then the data models that support that. So, thinking of versioning and revisioning and other concepts that come across there are all built within OpenPDM so that it can do this type of activity efficiently. OpenPDM has been around for over 25 years and has really matured over that time. So when it came out around 25 years ago, it was an automatic PLM synchronization tool, primarily at German automotive OEMs. Shortly after that, there's a lot of market demand for ERP synchronization, which is a primary integration use case. So we added to this a synchronization that you could use between a PLM and an ERP to move between engineering, manufacturing domains, kind of move it downstream. In 2010, added the idea of partner data exchange with joint ventures, so integrating over corporate borders and providing filtering and processes that support synchronization like that. In 2012, adding system migration, and this includes new APIs for bulk load and processes that support that. So initially it was using connectors that OpenPDM had, but then adding on different features in order to support those use cases better. 2015, we're extending more into software, model-based systems engineering, adapting OSLC and integrating with that, providing information linking and federation of data using linked data exchange, those types of concepts. And in 2020, with OpenPDM 9, we switched to a microservices architecture in order to make it more cloud-enabled and provide connectivity more, and deployability, and work on Kubernetes and other types of containers as well. And now, modern 2025 OpenPDM, we're really working as a digital thread platform, trying to bring together all the different sources of data and provide continuity across that, and also providing software as a services offerings for cloud-enabled environments as well as on-prem. So the basic modules for OpenPDM are OpenPDM Integrate, OpenPDM Migrate, and OpenPDM Collaborate. We also have a fourth, OpenPDM Ship, which is including shipbuilding processes and CAD transformation from like Aveva, CADmatic, SSI, and others. So if you're interested in that, go take a look at our website and you can find more information on that. But today we'll be focusing really on these three here, OpenPDM Integrate, which is really an a la carte solution to bring together any number of different connected systems in order to federate data, replicate data, and really kind of bridge that PLM, bring data to the right user at the right time throughout your product lifecycle. OpenPDM Migrate is a tool for moving from one source of data to another. Typically, this is between different vendors where you can export data, transform it, and load it, or do kind of a coexistence approach and migrate data over time between different systems, depending on what your use cases are and how many different users you have, and risks that you're willing to take on a one-time migration. It's got a lot of tools for handling that type of migration, like high performance, APIs for systems, staging databases, reporting tools, all those types of things. OpenPDM Collaborate is an automated partner integration solution. That could be between your PLM and your partner's PLM directly, or between your PLM and a neutral PLM that's maybe used for a joint venture or like an aerospace program or something like that. And there's a couple of different processes, core to collaboration. First, trying to do a delta synchronization, so just updating what's been changed because you're typically dealing with very large data sets. And then second, doing IP filtering and making sure that what's going to the partner available data is just what they need and not more information than what you want to send. OpenPDM has a wide variety of integration out-of-the-box connectors. So you see at the bottom, we've got Windchill, Teamcenter, 3DEXPERIENCE, but we also have other PLM systems down there and support for other legacy systems. Over the 25 years that the product's been around, we have provided a lot of support for different systems. On the right, ALM, MBSE systems like Teamwork Cloud, Polarian, Jira, Codebeamer. On the top, ERP and IoT data exchange systems. On the left, different formats. So web services interfaces like RESTful services are bundled with everything OpenPDM does. We have an OSLC provider that you can enable any different system to be OSLC provider enabled. And also, STEP, XML, and ASCII, other formats depending on what your needs are. So now let's take a look at a few different example case studies and use cases around 3DEXPERIENCE integration with OpenPDM. We're going to start with an automotive supplier. This has a long-term CATIA usage and they have since moved from an Innovia VPM V4 to a modern 3DX platform. And we've supported them with this type of integration throughout that process. So with the modern 3DEXPERIENCE, they need to synchronize their data between 3DX that they're using for design data management and Windchill that they're using for PLM management and configuration management and as an interface to other downstream systems. So they're using OpenPDM for that. And through there, we're exporting design data from 3DEXPERIENCE. We're generating viewables in Creo View for Windchill. As well as other native CAD type formats that they can use in some downstream activities and synchronizing it to a Windchill part structure. So this enables them to use CATIA in 3DEXPERIENCE along with their Windchill PLM platform, simultaneously integrating processes that go between both systems. Another use case is a 3DEXPERIENCE integration with ERP. And this is at another automotive supplier where 3DEXPERIENCE was introduced. They're using a modern CATIA, but they also have a multi-CAD strategy, so multiple sources of CAD. And they want to be able to integrate that to their ERP system, SAP, so that they can publish data, design data for things like quote packages, as well as release to a manufacturing bill of materials and other processes as well. So introducing OpenPDM there in order to do the synchronization of the lightweight visualization data and the bill of materials processes and change releases and things like that. A third use case is platforming data. So in this case, the customer purchased another company. That company was using Aras along with CATIA V5 as well as SAP, and they need to migrate that acquired data into the 3DEXPERIENCE platform to move forward. So we helped with a OpenPDM migrate solution, exported the design metadata, exported the CATIA V5, and also loaded the SAP supplemental data within the migration staging. Then we could make sure that the associativity between the CAD and the drawings was okay. Did a dynamic BOM resolve from the as stored to the latest so that we could import the latest. We renamed all the CAD files, changed the numbering conventions from the legacy company to the new company, enriched and aligned the CAD properties, and then also enriched the metadata with the physical products with the data from SAP, so that go-forward alignment would be there as well with the 3DEXPERIENCE ERP integration. And finally, the next steps are to reach out to PROSTEP. We're really here to help. We'd love to hear from you. The two best ways to do that are number one, email infocenter@prostep.com. Send us a message with what your questions are, what your interests are, and then we can route you to the correct person to answer some of those. Or go to www.prostep.com and take a look at the products and services that we're offering. And there's other informations about contacting us up there as well. And thank you again for participating in this four-part series. Again, I'm Brian Schouten, Director of Technical Presales at PROSTEP Inc. Feel free to reach out at brian.schouten@prostep.com if you've got any questions or want to talk about integration. Thanks again.